Hi, you're watching The Savera. This is Amarpal Singh before you. As cases of obesity, fluctuations in BP, cardiac arrest, they are increasing time by time. The irregular and unhealthy eating habits are considered to be the one of the main causes. So to understand the impact of irregular and unhealthy eating habits on our health and what are the preventive steps required, we are having with us Dr. Kiran Bains, who is the nutritionist as well as Dean of College of Community Science here at Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana. So welcome ma'am to the Savera. Thank you. Ma'am, at present, you know that cases of obesity, they are increasing. So what kind of how this irregular and unhealthy eating habits they are leading to these cases?
Okay, in a way that the lifestyles are changing. Our youngsters, they are having a very different kind of lifestyle, which earlier younger generation was our earlier youngsters, they were more of the outgoing people. Now, because of the social media and mobiles and the smartphones, the students or the youngsters, they are hooked to their mobiles, and that leads to very little physical activity. Right. And secondly, that when they are so involved or engraved in their mobiles, they sometimes do not give much emphasis on what they are eating. And sometimes we find that students are, or our students sometimes, and all the youngsters, they are eating and on the screen. So these kind of things, that when we do not focus on our food, we tend to eat unhealthy. Right. So this is the change which we are observing in our studies as well, that in the last 10 years, we have this kind of shift that the food is not considered something for nourishment, but it is a very sideline thing about for the youngsters. And then we say that though their parents or their earlier generations, they guide them that this is healthy and this should be homemade foods are better, but still peer pressure is very, very strong. And what we feel that at present the situation is very, very grim for the youngsters, and we are very worried, very much worried that this generation what will be their health in the next 10 years.
As you mentioned about the youngsters mainly, so it is the only age group which is affected the most.
Yes, this is the age group, because the earlier generations, like the people who are 50 or 50 plus, they still prefer to have the homemade meals. They prefer to have the homemade meals, but the younger generation, they are in the fast foods, and they don't want the elaborative cooking. They do not indulge themselves in cooking, because many of the students, the youngsters, they are living away from their homes. And this is a time that they actually, because of the media, that the highly ultra processed foods are available in the market, and of course they have put some flavoring and taste this compounds in that, and they are very much addictive. So somewhere our young generation is addicted to the foods which are basically ultra processed, lacking in nutrients, highly refined, and having too much of salt, that is causing a lot of problems of blood pressure in the younger generation. And of course, obesity is there because they are loaded with fat. And again, the fat is not healthy. It is a saturated fat, and it causes the deposition in arteries. And ultimately, in the longer run, they will be at the risk of heart diseases as well. So, of course, the earlier generations are still preferring homemade meals. But this is a very serious concern for the nutritionists, that how we have to guide our younger generations to stick to the traditional diets, which are very much balanced in all the nutrients, all this thing. But somehow, as I said, that peer pressure is so much. And again, the media is promoting, because all processed food industry is the consumers are the younger people, and they are targeting those people, and they have to sell their products. So somewhere at the expense of the development of that ultra processed food industry, we have some negative effects on the health of our young generation. Of course, like sometimes we say that elder generations, they want to guide them, but somewhere their effect is lesser as compared to the effect of the media. And so we know that how media is controlling everything, like our minds and our thinking is controlled by media. So similarly, our food habits are also controlled by the media.
So now, what kind of preventive steps are required? Because you mentioned that there is kind of nutrition and particular deficiency which can lead to the cardiac arrest cases as well. So what kind of preventive steps are now required?
Yes, so one thing is that awareness and creating repetitive information to these people who are indulged in wrong eating habits or lesser physical activity. So in this context, our university, like our health minister, he approached 3 institutes to come up with a health advisory. And in that, PAU, Punjab Agriculture University, and Guru Angad Dev Veterinary University, and Dayanand Medical College, which has a very strong cardiology setup. So they came up, and we have made an advisory, health advisory, for the especially for the because these days it's very fashionable to go to the gyms. Going to the gyms is the need of the hour, that you have to be very, very our lifestyles are now changed, so we are not doing the similar kind of physical activities which our forefathers were used to do. But now going to gym is a good step, but the information which you are getting in the gyms, that is sometimes not very, very authentic. It is not coming from the right sources. So these 3 institutes, DMC, PAU and Gadvasu, they together made the what we say guidelines for the youngsters, that how they should go for that, so that they acquire health, and at the same time there is no compromise with their long-term health. So we are worried about long-term health. Maybe in the gyms they gain muscles, and that is a very, I would say, cosmetic part rather than the real health. Real health is that you do the physical exercise, do the weight training, make the muscles, taking some very natural, taking proteins and other nutrients from the natural sources. But this is a very tedious and longer process. So nowadays everybody wants the short-term gains, and even the gym people, they have to show the results in a shorter period to hook their clients with them. Then they promote the protein powders, and these protein powders, sometimes protein is required, but it is not required that you have to limit the protein. Normally we say 0.83 grams per kg body weight. You can calculate if your weight is if let's say, if we assume 100 kg weight, person has 83 grams of protein. And if you are 70, then it comes out to be between 60 to 70. If you are a bodybuilder, then you can go up to 1.2 grams, right? But maximum limit is 1.6. But what we see that in the gyms, these gyms, they do not have the, we can say, the staff, which is very much well-read about the nutritional requirements, or they are not the certified trainers who have taken the certified knowledge of nutrition. And they are promoting, and for getting the earlier results, they are recommending 2 grams of protein or per kg body weight, or even up to 2.5. And youngsters are taking those, and that is leading to liver failure or kidneys damage, and we can say that liver, kidney and heart damage. These are the 3 things which we are observing in the gym goers.
So now, what are your recommendations? As you mentioned that what kind of problems are there in the gyms, and what kind of intake the person who are going to the gym they are taking the foods. So what are your recommendations?
One thing is that whenever they go to the gym, they should consult a certified nutritionist. There are dietitians and who have already cleared the exams, and they should be the one who should be taken. The guidance should be taken from them, and then try to get protein from the natural sources. We have chicken, egg, fish, paneer, soya bean, pulses, all our dals. They are very rich in this in milk, curd, lassi. These are some natural sources of proteins, but they should take it. And if you plan the diet well, and if your dietitian has planned it well, you can get even 1.2 grams per kg body weight, and you need not depend upon the protein powders. But still, if you want to take protein powders, because if they are whey protein powders or plant-based protein powders, it is absolutely fine that you can, they are from the natural sources, they can be taken, but at the same time they are not coming from the certified sources. So all the gyms are selling those protein powders. So anyone who is using protein powders, they should read all the instructions given in that what is the component, because most of, like in our college also we have studied that the protein powders, they are having heavy metals, like lead is there, arsenic is there, and they are not coming from very reliable sources. So that way, I would say that all the youngsters, they should be very, very careful while taking protein powders. They should see that there is a FSSAI or some it is certified. If you can take the certified products, then there is a creatine supplements, vitamin supplements. Overconsumption of vitamins, especially vitamin D3, is again a very, very big problem. Vitamin D is very, very vital for us for different purposes. But again, we say not more than 60,000 international unit per month. But what we see that there is excessive intake of this among the youngsters. And again, this in the excessive intake is because they are getting information from unreliable resources. That is, that they are not getting information from from the trained people in the field of nutrition. Similarly, in case of eggs are that we say that 1 to 2 eggs per day is good. Our body can handle it, and it is not affecting your and interfering your heart health or kidneys health and everything. But again, when you are consuming 12 eggs a day or 14 eggs a day, that is not a good practice. So here I would again say that you should follow a trained nutritionist or dietitian, and don't go for the fad diets and the people who are in the market, just they are in the field of nutrition just to make money.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. You have explained well in detail about what kind of preventive steps are required. Now, at last, one key message to our viewers.
Okay, so this is one thing is that health is wealth, and we like the first thing in your this thing, that what you put in your mind, brain, and what you put in your body, right? So you are what you eat, and it means your thoughts should be good. That is very equally important as what you eat in food. And when we talk about food, I would say that this is a very simple thing, that what your grandmother says that it is good for you, that is good for you. Right. So we should go back to our traditional diets. Traditional diets are very much geographically in the that we are living in Punjab, right? We have a particular weather. We have a particular soil where our food is produced. So I would say eat local, right? And eat traditional, and eat balanced.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So she was Dr. Kiran Bains, who is a nutritionist as well as Dean College of Community Science here at Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana. So she has explained well in detail that what are the ill effects of irregular and unhealthy eating habits on our health. As she mentioned that one should be cautious while intaking the protein powders, the whey powders, as well as one should avoid overconsumption of vitamins as well as the eggs. So one should opt for the natural protein sources like eggs, fish, paneer, soya bean. So there are different natural protein sources, but one should consume in the particular quantity as suggested by your nutritionist. So one should uh, approach the particular nutritionist, the dietitians, to get your diet plan and follow the, as Dr. Kiran Bains said, that one should opt for traditional dieting as the traditional foods as it should be earlier. So you're watching The Savera. Stay tuned to us for more updates. Amarpal Singh with cameraman Manoj Sidhu.